What's up, guys? Toxic Tank here, and welcome to Blitzkrieg 3. Now, I'm going to be talking about what I think about this game and what my opinions and thoughts about this, but before I go any further, if any of you agree or disagree with me this game, that's fine. These are just my thoughts and opinions on what I think about this game, so you may have different thoughts or opinions about this game. That's fine, but this is just my review, so just to be clear. I'm going to be talking about the missions. There's a total of three missions in this game. There's Operation Newbie, the invasion of Poland, and there's the Siege of Sevastopol. And so I'm going to be talking about some of the missions, and I'm going to be talking about the multiplayer in this game, and I'm going to be talking about some of the new features that your tanks and infantry, and also this new support role that you can use for air support, artillery, and some other things. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. But first, I'm going to be talking about the overall experience of this game. So through these many months of this game, it certainly improved the feeling and the look and the gameplay of this game. Back when it first came out in the closed alpha, I was a closed alpha tester, and comparing that to like right now, it improved a whole lot. It plays better. There's like less lag. It's a little bit buggy, but it's nothing too severe. Um, the gameplay is a lot more better, and the units. I believe they added a lot more units than before. I remember playing one of these missions. I think it was Operation Nui. Um, you had a very limited amount of units, and your support was very limited. I think it was like 7 or 10. Right now, I think it's at like 20 or 15. So they increased that, and they've also added in some new features for your infantry. Well, I'll get that to that later, but I'm still going to be talking about the missions. The mission you see right now is the invasion of Poland. And so you're basically starting the very first steps of the German invasion of World War II in Poland. And you're pretty much taking out the border guards near the Polish border. And so the other missions, such as Operation New Week, you're in Belgium and you're destroying the Belgian army to continue your way to France. And in the siege of Sevastopol, you're playing as the Russians, defending your evacuation troops, escaping the area back to the further front lines near Russia. And also, a little surprise is in there. It's the Karl Mortar. Now, if some of you have played Blitzkrieg 2, in a mission, there is a secret objective that you have to destroy a German mortar called Karl, a 600mm mortar, and that was pretty much a secret objective that you can accomplish. To do that, I believe it's in this game. It's mandatory for you to destroy the Karl mortar. The Karl mortar. Yes, I can't say mortar. The Karl mortar. Um, it's mandatory to destroy it because you won't be able to advance through the mission to complete your objectives. In Blitzkrieg 2, you didn't really have to do it. It's pretty much a secret mission. It was like an optional mission. So yeah, that's those are the three missions. One thing we talk about next are the units. The units in this game, they've improved a lot comparing it to like Blitzkrieg 1 and 2. They respawn a lot more better. The infantry actually, it's almost pretty much the same. Comparing it to Blitzkrieg 2, they kind of fight a lot more better. They can actually have, I think there's like 4 different units. I believe they have different tactics that they can use. Your assault squads, they can assault on a building. Your infantry squads, I believe they can do the same thing. I'm not too sure, but I do know that they can sweep for mines and destroy and disable barricades such as hedgehogs. I think that's only in multiplayer. I'm not sure if it's in like the campaign missions. I'm not too sure. I couldn't really find out in these missions, but yeah, there's also another one called machine gunners. These guys are a huge pain in the ass, and the reason why I say that is because they can lay down covering fire, they can slow down your troops, and they can't move forward very easily, and they can't move back very easily. Um, it, the machine gunners are like the most difficult and most annoying troops ever in this game, and they're pretty much annoying to your troops. Also, there's AT squads. They're like the second most annoying troops in this game because they have like AT rockets, or depending uh, which units you're fighting. The Russians still have their anti-tank rifles, and the Germans have their Panzerfausts, and the Americans have their bazookas. So the units in this game, they pretty much fight well. Um, they certainly last a lot more longer. Also, the AI units in this game, they fight pretty good in a sense. The infantry, they're pretty much the same in Blitzkrieg too. I mean, they pretty much die almost immediately. They can shoot other enemy units, but they don't last very long. The AI vehicles, um, they pretty much fight almost the same in Blitzkrieg 2. Um, like comparing it to Blitzkrieg 2, I believe the AI vehicles, they pretty much were the only thing that could stand against the infantry, like the enemy infantry. So that's what I think about the AI vehicles and infantry. They pretty much fight the same. Um, the support role, it's kind of a little strange for me. The support role, you have this supply bar on the, as you can see on the right side of the screen of my gameplay. That's a little strange to me because it's not like a Blitzkrieg 2 where you have like these points, like these resources that you can use to call in reinforcements. Like let's say you have 10 points that you can use, and you click on like whatever you want in the reinforcements tab, and let's say I want to call in tanks, it would go from 10 to 9, so you have like 9 reinforcements you can call in, and it goes from 8 to 7 to 6, and then so on. Um, this type right here, it's a little confusing because you can call in infantry and tanks in one mission. I believe it's in the Siege of Sevastopol. You can call in tanks, infantry, armored cars, and you can call in support from ships that are in the Black Sea, and it's pretty much somewhat similar to the resource counts in Blitzkrieg 2 for the reinforcements. The only thing is that I don't like being limited to the amount of reinforcements where that's like added to my artillery and air support. I like that to be separate. And the air support in this game is pretty much almost like self-handled. Like in Blitzkrieg 1, your air support pretty much would see like the most threatening target and just aim for that. Um, the fighters in Blitzkrieg 2, they they would only attack on like if they see a plane, they would go for it, or you can just tell them to attack that. Um, they would sometimes listen, they would sometimes would not. Uh, and that's when I think about the air support in this game. It's they sometimes listen, they sometimes don't. Um, Also, the enemy bombers, they are like almost very tough to kill. In the Siege of Sevastopol, I would always send in fighters, and they would sometimes like they would just shoot a couple bullets at the bomber, and it wouldn't go down. And then they would come back around, and they would shoot a little bit more, and then it would still wouldn't go down until one of my AA guns would just take like one shot, and then they would just shoot it down. I guess it has like some sort of like health that's like really high. It has like a really high hit point. So I'm I'm not sure that's supposed to be what it's supposed to do, like with the huge amount of hit points, but I'm not sure. So the vehicles in this game, the vehicles in this game, they have their own repair kits, and also the infantry. I forgot. The infantry also have um, first aid kits, and this I kind of like. The reason why I like it's because it gets rid of the opportunity of using a ambulance and a engineer truck to repair your vehicles and heal your units. Like in Blitzkrieg 1 and Blitzkrieg 2, you had a ambulance and an engineer truck to repair and heal your units, which I found annoying because every time when my units would get hit, I would have to send them back to the ambulance or send the ambulance to them and to make sure that the ambulance wouldn't get destroyed by enemy infantry or tanks. And the same thing with the engineer truck. It's like your engineer truck is like the number one target that you want to protect because it's like the one thing that's keeping your tanks running. If that's gone, then you're pretty much out of luck unless you have like another one that you can use. Um, they're pretty much the running organ for your operation to keep your tanks and infantry alive, like your ambulance and the engineer trucks. So they're the ones to keep your units alive. I like it how they added in the field, the first aid kit, and the repair kit for your tanks and infantry, so that way you don't have to rely on an ambulance and engineer truck to repair or heal your units. So I kind of like that. Also, the some of the commands for these infantry and tanks, they've improved them a lot more better than before. The tanks actually respond a lot more better than compared to the Blitzkrieg 2 and 1. They don't move around like a bunch of idiots. Um, they also like listen to your commands a lot more better. They respond to attacks a lot more better. There's also a command that I'm surprised they've added in. It's called the reverse movement, where you can move your vehicles by just by reversing to a certain point in the map, which I kind of like. And so that's what I think about the infantry units and the tanks. They've improved it a lot more better than before. So, and comparing it to like Blitzkrieg 1 and 2, they certainly improved it a lot more better. So, uh, so I believe the only thing that needs to be talked about is multiplayer. And I believe, unless there's something else I must have missed, I think it's only multiplayer. So the multiplayer. What do I think about the multiplayer? Well, I don't really like it. The reason why I say that is because I don't like the the way the game is being played through the multiplayer. I don't like the way where you have like this base and it's pretty much it's almost like a Clash of Clans type of game. If some of you play Clash of Clans, it's like similar to that, and I don't like that. The reason why I don't like that is because I like the way how you can just rush in with your troops and just call in like as many reinforcements as possible, capture as many bases as possible. I like that in Blitzkrieg too. That's what I like, and that's what I'm hoping that Naval will bring in. If they don't, then I'll probably be disappointed in that. But I'm I'm surprised that they actually went to this type of multiplayer. I know they're trying something new, and I don't mind that. It's just I don't like it. So I just don't like this new multiplayer setting that they created. So um, I'm hoping that maybe they'll have an option where you can just play a multiplayer game with your online friends, and maybe you can have like an all-out war against your opponents, and you can repair and defend your bases against enemy attacks. So this game is sort of like it's starting to become like a company of heroes and Men of War like mixed together sort of deal. Um, well, I wouldn't really say Men of War because the tanks don't really have weak points like in Men of War. Your tanks get when they get hit, it shows what got hit, and you just repair your vehicle with a toolkit using your infantry. So I wouldn't really compare this game to like Men of War because Men of War and Blitzkrieg are completely different games. Um, Blitzkrieg and Company of Heroes, they're sort of like the same, and that's what's kind of impressive. I mean, they're sort of like going for like a Company of Heroes sort of deal, and that's I sort of like it, and I'm not complaining about it. But the multiplayer, I don't like it. I'm hoping that Val will add in a new game mode where you can just have like maybe an all out war with your friends in like a map where you can just capture your bases and defend them and call in more reinforcements. So that's what I'm just getting my hopes high for that. So yeah, that's what I think about the multiplayer. Um, Also in the multiplayer, the there are many different types of upgrades you can use for your base. Your base is basically your home point in multiplayer. It has several different buildings. It has a headquarters, a construction center, a comms center, a tank hangar, a engineer emplacement that's sort of like the laboratory for your units, such as your tanks, infantry, and I believe it's for your fortifications as well. No, wait, your fortifications is for your construction center. So it's basically just tanks and infantry and your engineer emplacement. I believe there's oh yes, the barracks. There's a barracks, and I believe that's it. There's headquarters, barracks, comm center, construction center, tank hangar, engineer emplacement. Yeah, I think there's a total of 6 emplacements. So I'm gonna go through which ones they do. Your headquarters is basically the main base of your emplacement. It pretty much increases your ability to put in defenses such as fortifications and your units. You also have a limit on how many fortifications you can put in and how many units you can put in, which kind of sucks. I don't like that. Um, Also, the headquarters can also uh, use commanders. There are many different types of commanders. There's a total of 6 or 8 commanders on the German side. I'm not sure how many are on the American and the Soviets. I haven't really played through them just yet. I'm still going through the German one. But yeah, the headquarters is pretty much the main unit of your base. It can increase your emplacements and fortifications. It can also increase the size of the map to like a bigger map, which means will give you more fortifications and more units for you to place down. And yeah, that's pretty much your headquarters. Your comms center or communication center is basically your support role. It can give you air support, artillery support, spies, paratroopers, minesweepers. It can also call in additional reinforcements, mortars, howitzers, and also I believe you can call in soldiers to capture a fortification. And I believe that's mostly it for the comms. Yeah. So the construction yard, it basically upgrades your fortifications, and that's pretty much it. It pretty much just upgrades your fortifications. You can build hedgehogs, barbed wire emplacements. You can make some more bunkers. You can also upgrade your bunkers to a new level. You can create some artillery guns, some anti-tank guns, some flak guns, anti-tank rifle guns, and you can also create anti-tank mines and anti-personnel mines. So I believe that's it for the construction center, unless I'm missing something. No, I think that's it. Okay, so the barracks. The barracks is basically your main emplacement for your infantry. You can get your main infantry. They can get rid of any emplacements such as hedgehogs and also minesweep. Um, you can also have machine gunners. They can lay down suppressing fire. You also have assaulters, which can assault a building. And I believe, oh yeah, you can also have snipers, but I don't believe you get them until like you increase your base to like level 5 or 6. Uh, and also, yes, anti-tank squads. They are pretty much the main guys who can destroy tanks, and they can be a real bastard to kill. So that's pretty much the barracks. You can also upgrade it to get better units, and also if you want them to get better at battle, you can use your engineering emplacement to upgrade your tanks and your infantry to make them fight better and also make them more maneuverable, also increase their endurance and so on and so forth. It's pretty much like the laboratory that you can upgrade your units. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The tank hangar, it can give you better tanks as it goes through its upgrades. The more you upgrade the tank hangar, the better tanks you get. And you can also buy the vehicles by using fuel. Also, oh, I almost forgot. The the resources you get are your warehouse and your fuel depot. Your fuel depot, you can use that to buy units from your tank hangar, from your barracks. You can also upgrade some things with your fuel. I'm not sure what units you can upgrade with fuel. Uh, I know some you can upgrade with resources with your warehouse, but I'm not sure what other units you can upgrade with your fuel. But your resources, your warehouse, that's like your main upgrade for all your basic units. It can upgrade your tank hangar, your barracks, your construction center, everything. It's basically like the main source to upgrade your buildings. So I believe there's one more. Was it the headquarters comms, tanks, the construction, the engineering? I believe that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's that's pretty much what all of the basic units do in multiplayer. So I do believe you get mortars in this game as well, such as mortar emplacements you can use to place around your base. Also, the at the certain point of the game when your time runs out, the enemy base you're attacking will get artillery support, which means it will completely destroy everything that sees on your map. No matter what it sees or where it sees your units, it will still get your units when wherever the map is, or wherever you are on the map. So, yeah, that's what I think about Blitzkrieg 3. And I'm hoping that they add more options instead of just having this sort of multiplayer option where you pretty much just fight a base as best you can. It's sort of like a Blitzkrieg 1 multiplayer session. That's what it's like, almost. Um, and I don't really like that. I like to have more units and try to attack at an enemy base and try to capture as best you can. And also, I like building up your defenses and try to defend as best you can while your allies try to find a way to get through your enemy and cut them off and defeat them. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the multiplayer. Oh yes, you can also attack your attack players like human players and also AI players. The AI players are somewhat a little strange to me because I don't know if there really are AI players that build up their defenses or unless they're like real players and unless the game's lying and it just pretty much picked up a real life player who pretty much plays their defenses in this game. So I'm not sure if that's like really true or not. But you can choose to either attack an AI uh, defense placement, or you can attack a real life player's defenses and try to attack or defend as best you can. Um, I believe there's a way you can test your defenses and see how well you made your defenses, and also the you can also call in a certain incendiary support that can destroy your any infantry inside of a building, and also you can place infantry inside buildings and pretty much any type of building you can place them in. You can pretty much place them at your home buildings or outside buildings, and also there are two or three. I'm not sure how many capture points there are. It varies on the amount you upgrade your headquarters. The more you upgrade your headquarters, the more bases that you have that the enemy needs to capture. It can go up from like 1 to 2 to 3. I'm not sure if it goes up to 4. Um, I'm just guessing right now, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. What I think about Blitzkrieg 3. It's a very good game. It's certainly improved a lot more better through these past months. I believe it comes out. The full game comes out on May. Uh, I think it's May 26th of this year, or sometime in May. Um, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this game a lot more better than before. I mean, when I first played the closed alpha, it sucked so bad. It was super laggy. I couldn't even like win a mission without going through the amount of lag there was in this game. These certainly improved a lot more better through these many months, and yeah, that's what I think about this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little review session about Blitzkrieg 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later. And also, tank on.